Hello and welcome, my dear friend. It's no accident you've landed here right now. Out of all the places you could be, out of all the voices you could be listening to, something greater has arranged this moment. You were meant to hear these words as part of the path you're already walking. And what you need to know in this very hour is this: God is in love with you, not just watching over you, not just guiding from a distance, in love with you. That's why your circle narrowed. That's why you've been preserved in ways you didn't always understand. And before this message ends, you'll see why you are loved more deeply than you realize. Not tolerated, not pitied, not kept around because of obligation. No, loved. And that truth is the very reason some plans haven't gone the way you intended, why certain people drifted away, why your journey has felt so different. They were never meant to carry what heaven treasures this much. Love leaves fingerprints. When someone is in love, you feel it, in how they look at you, how they guard you, how they rearrange their steps for your good. That's exactly what's been happening in your life. The obstacles you walked out of untouched, that wasn't luck. The timing that made no sense but still protected you, that was evidence, fingerprints. Heaven making sure you made it here to hear this truth. And maybe part of you resists it. Maybe you've thought, if God loves me this much, why do I still feel overlooked? Why does it still feel so hard? But sometimes we search for love in the wrong places, expecting blessings to come from hands they were never meant to come from. Think about the signals your own body has given you, how your shoulders tense in certain rooms, how some conversations leave you replaying every word long after they're over. How people who once swore they'd always stay slowly grew quiet. For years, you wondered if that meant something was wrong with you. It didn't. It only revealed what most can't name. There's a different kind of weight on a life marked by God's love, and not everyone knows how to stand that close to it. Here's what no one tells you. Love like this exposes people. They don't understand why you're still standing when they expected you to fall. Some are baffled, some are envious, some are quietly unsettled, but none of that changes the truth. You are fiercely loved, and that love has been rearranging your life. So hear this clearly. Nothing about your struggle disqualifies you from love. Nothing about your mistakes canceled his affection. Love doesn't sit down with a checklist. Love chooses. Love pursues. And God has chosen you again and again. Have you noticed how your spirit refuses to stay in places that treat you like you're ordinary? That's because love won't let you shrink. Heaven won't let you starve in shallow waters. You've been called to the deep, where your soul can breathe. Every exit, every pause, even the sudden endings, none of them were random. They were signs you're being guided by a love too vast to let you waste yourself in the wrong places. And I know, you've longed for arms to hold you, words to affirm you, presence to remind you that you matter. We all do. So let this be that reminder. You matter to the one who designed the whole universe, who carved mountains, who set fire into the stars. That same God has been whispering your name with affection since before your first breath. This isn't love in theory, it's love in action. That's why you survived what should have destroyed you. That's why peace still finds you in moments when everything else looks impossible. That's why even now, as you listen, something in you feels both broken open and healed at the same time. Please hear me with your whole being. God is in love with you, not in a distant abstract way, in a way that shapes your days, redirects your steps, and keeps you from places that could never carry your light. So instead of asking why things aren't better than they are, pause and see the truth. Everything you've walked through has been exact, either an obvious blessing or a hard lesson, or even a dark place that revealed how strong you really are. There comes a point when you can't outrun this truth anymore. You've tried to explain away the protection over your life. You've told yourself it was chance, or timing, or maybe just stubbornness. But deep down, you've known it was love. God's love. And that's why your story has never looked like everyone else's. Love edits differently. Love slows you down in seasons where rushing would have ruined you. Love pulls you out of rooms that would have swallowed your voice. Love lets some people drift away because if they stayed, they would have convinced you to settle for half of what you carry. You've carried the ache of people leaving. You've sat with the silence of doors that wouldn't open, and you blamed yourself. You thought it meant you weren't enough, or that you did something wrong. But the truth is simpler. Some paths had to close so your life wouldn't get stuck in places too small for what you carry. Think about it. How many times did you believe you were losing everything, only to realize later you were being spared? How many times did you cry over a door that stayed shut, only to see months later that stepping through it would have broken you? That's what love does. It protects you, even from what you thought you wanted. And here's the thing about being loved this deeply. It changes how you move through the world. Crowds don't feel safe anymore because you pick up on everything. The heaviness people hide behind their smiles, the envy tucked inside their kindness, the loneliness they try to bury in noise. It's not that you're against society. It's that your spirit can't breathe in places where love is absent. Because God is in love with you, your senses have been sharpened. You notice what others ignore. You feel what others push aside. That sensitivity isn't weakness, it's evidence. His love has tuned you to recognize what's real. You've wondered why you can't hold on to certain friendships, why you feel restless in circles you used to enjoy. It's because you don't belong to the surface anymore. You belong to the deep. And love won't let you drown in shallow waters. The same love that has kept you apart is the love that will set you apart. The very thing that narrowed your path is what will make your influence wide. When the unveiling comes, and it will, people will wonder how you endured. And you'll know you were carried by a love they couldn't see. This is why some people are unsettled by you. They can't explain why your presence makes them nervous, why your silence feels louder than their noise. It's because God's love on you reveals things in them, and not everyone is ready for that mirror. Some will be drawn to it, some will resist it, but either way, it doesn't change the truth of who you are. And hear this, your mistakes didn't cancel this love. The nights you doubted didn't scare it off. The seasons where you drifted didn't make it disappear. Love doesn't keep a scorecard. Love doesn't wait until you're perfect to show up. Love shows up in the mess, in the questions, in the half-formed prayers, and God has been showing up for you all along. That's why you're still here. That's why the weight didn't crush you. That's why, even when you thought you were finished, something inside you kept breathing hope. That something wasn't just you. That was love refusing to let go. So stop asking if you're worthy of it. You are. Stop asking if you've done enough to deserve it. You haven't. And that's the point. Love isn't earned. Love is chosen. And you, chosen one, have been chosen for it. And when you finally start to accept it, everything shifts. You stop forcing yourself into rooms where your soul shrinks. You stop apologizing for needing quiet when others chase noise. You stop explaining why your circle is small, because you'll know. Intimacy with God was never meant to be measured by numbers. There will still be days you feel the ache of being set apart. But don't confuse that ache with abandonment. Heaven hasn't left you, it's preparing you. Every delay has been timing. Every hidden season has been training. Every lonely stretch has been proof that you're being protected for a moment that will matter more than you can imagine. So when that moment comes, you won't need to scramble for recognition. You won't need to beg for affirmation. You'll carry something heavier, stronger, truer. The steady knowledge that the God who created stars and oceans, galaxies and time itself has been in love with you the entire way. And when that truth finally settles in your bones, nothing will shake you again. So remember this, when people pull away, it's not always about you. It's about what surrounds you. When rooms feel heavy, it's not because you're weak. It's because your spirit is tuned to what others can't bear. When you feel hidden, it's not abandonment, it's preparation. God is in love with you, and that love will keep guiding your steps, setting your boundaries, and carrying you forward until the moment comes when everyone else finally sees what heaven has known all along. Just trust it with your whole being. You are loved, fiercely, endlessly, without condition. and that will never change. And before we finish, I want to share something with you. As a musician, I've started a second channel, Simplified Serenity, with soaking worship instrumentals for prayer, stillness, and deep rest. If you felt peace here today, take it with you into your own quiet time with God. The link's in the description. I'd love to see you there.